Hello guys and welcome back to Dev Complete. In this video I'm going to try to go over some React forms in React 18 and React 19. So I've installed the newest RC version of React 19. And we're going to do, I've already created two forms here. We're going to do some sort of differences between whatever the implementations from from the previous version and the implementation from the newest version that is gonna be probably released soon. I mean, with a stable version. Yeah. Okay, so here what I've done is I have a Next.js application and I have two components. One form 18, which is React 18, and one form 19, React 19, obviously, and a page here which only has these two components imported in here, and as you can see them on the right hand side rendered already. Yeah. So if I will just collapse this, and I'll show you the two components that I have here. The two components that I have here are just having a state here for the 18, for the React 18, and the function for the onForm submit. And when I'm changing the something into the inputs, it's updating it onto the state too. It's updating. It should be updating the state too. We're gonna do that together in the next minutes. Yeah. And also there is a status here for is form pending. And we're gonna be displaying that when the form is gonna be submitted. Yeah. And also I have a function here created called delay, and in this function I will be calling it just to have some sort of a visual representation that the registration takes longer and it takes more than a few seconds and something like that. Yeah. So you'll see that in action in the next minutes too. And for form 19 component, which is React 19, we're going to be using useForm status and useForm state, which are the new stuff that were introduced in React 19 to get the form status of a form, and also to set the form state of a form, and to play with that too. Yeah. Cool. So let's try to create the form to actually make this form React form 18 and 19 workable. I mean, to make them work in some sort of a way to be able to register the details that we're gonna be adding here in these forms. Yeah. So if we're gonna start with form 18, as you can already see, I have already created here a form object and a state, which is basically gonna set the state to is form pending or not, false to true. It's just a flag, yeah, that we're gonna play with. So the first thing that we should be doing when we update the form, when we call this on change for every input, we should be setting into the form state. Yeah, that's what we usually do. Yeah, so here I guess we can do a prevent default, and also here we can do a set form of okay, an object here, e.target.name, and here we can do e.target.value. Okay, so we have this, and on okay, so we have updated the state. So the next thing that we want to do on form submit, yeah, when we submit the form, we want to, let's say, first prevent default to here, and also just console.log the form, yeah, to see if we have it here. Yeah. So if we're gonna open up the console, nice, it's pretty big already. Okay, cool. Let's add something in here, and yeah, oh nice. So we have only password, name, okay, name, email. Oh, okay, because we didn't destructured here the form, we were taking only the last value. So right now if we refresh this page and we add some other email and password, yeah, we will be getting the form 18 state. Yeah, so currently, so at this point in your applications, we usually submit the form. Yeah, we basically make an API call and we register the user and do the rest of the stuff. Yeah. So also at this point, you should be able to somehow disable this register button. Yeah. because whenever you're gonna click on the register button, you would want to have some sort of visual representation of the fact that you've submitted the form. Yeah. So currently in React 18 we can do that by having some sort of a flag outside and keeping that flag outside. Yeah. So that's why I've created this state here, set is form pending and is form pending. Yeah. So if I'm gonna set this one to true, and after that we're gonna use the delay function that I have here. I'm gonna do an await here for this delay of 2 seconds. And also this one is already a sync, and set is form pending. We can make it turn it back to false after the 2 seconds. And also we have is form pending status here, which is the boolean, and it's gonna display registering or register. Yeah. So right now if we're gonna press on register, as you can see, we already can see the registering, and after that, after 2 seconds, registered. Yeah, and after that, the log that we have. And also here for disabled, we can do is form pending. Yeah. Okay, nice. Cool. So let's try to do that again. So let's do a John Doe, john@doe.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here we can do a register. So registering, yeah, and after that we get back the form that we have just probably done something on the server or something like that. Yeah. So as you can see, the form works right now. Yeah, works perfectly. We are also disabling the button, yeah, to prevent it from registering twice or multiple times. Um, and we're doing that using this flag is form pending, and it works perfectly here in this example. Yeah. So let's see how we can do that in React 19. Yeah. In React 19, I assume it's gonna look much simpler for you, and also it is much simpler than how it is right now in React 18, because you can use some sort of a built-in created hooks, use form status and use form state. Um, use form state is gonna basically preserve the state, and it's gonna you will be able to play with it whenever you're gonna press on the form action. Yeah. And we're gonna see that how it works too. And the form status is just gonna return back the status of the form, and it's gonna return some keys in there. You're gonna be able to see them too. Yeah. So let's try to create that and make use of these hooks, use from status and from state. So here the first thing I think that we can do is to create a constant, and here we're going to do an array state, which is the form state, and after that a form action here called, and action, okay, and here we can do use form state. Yeah, so we're gonna use this hook, okay. And apart from this hook, this one receives as the first parameter the callback function that it has, so we're gonna call that const update form. And this one, this update form should be doing something. The first parameter for this one is previous state, prev state, and the next one is from data, which is the data that we have in our form. Yeah. So here we can pass update form, and here we can pass the default of the form, which is going to be an empty object. Yeah. Cool. The next thing that we can do is on form. Something that was recently introduced by React 19 was it's the action prop that you can add here, or attribute, and here you can set this to the form action. This one receives a function as a parameter, yeah, the value for this attribute or prop, yeah. So this one receives a function, yeah. So this is our function, yeah, our form action, yeah, that we have here in this form state. Yeah. The next thing that we can do here in the update form is to actually return the updated form, yeah, because that's what we are supposed to do. So we have 3 fields. We have name, email, and password, yeah. So to get that value, the values from the form, we can use this form data. Yeah, we can use this form data, and this is gonna work like this. We can do form data.get of the name. Yeah, and this is gonna go into the input type text here with the name, and it's gonna get the value of it. Yeah, and this one is gonna work the same for email, and this one again is gonna work the same for password. Yeah. Okay, so now we can add the console log here for the state, and we can log the state whenever the form action is going to be submitted. Yeah, so let's see if that's working. We can add something here, John, for example, and John, john.com 1234. Yeah, and if we're gonna do submit, okay, as you can see, the action already triggered, and we can see the log also with the state updated twice too. And you can see back the state that we got from the use form state. Yeah, so basically we went through the update function to the update form function. We updated that and we returned that the updated state. Yeah, we are not using that as value here in the input. We are not populating that over there back in the input because we don't need to do that, and it's not necessary to do that right now. The next thing that we want to do is to make use of this delay, yeah, because we want to mimic somehow the same thing that we were doing here with the register, yeah. So we can again call here when we update the form, I mean when we call this function on form action, because this is not being called as we were doing it previously in React 18 on every change of the field of the inputs. So we're going to do delay. Obviously we can do that too, but this is much simpler. We're going to do here a wait of 2 seconds, and we're going to do this. Okay, perfect. So if we're going to press on register, we should be waiting for it, and after that, okay, 2 seconds after that we got back the state. Yeah, but as you have already seen, this register button hasn't changed, and also it was still enabled. Yeah, so to be able to replicate the same thing that we are doing here, yeah, um, we need to create another component. This is a mandatory thing, and I will explain it to you later, and I will show you to you how it is in the documentation too. For us to use the use form status hook, yeah. So to use the use form status hook, this is very simple. We're gonna call this this constant here status, and we're gonna, or let's say form status, and we're gonna call this hook use form status. Okay, it's already rendering everything in here. So this use form status, it doesn't receive any parameters, and we're gonna be console.logging form status, and we're gonna see what we get in there. Yeah, let's call this one to form status. Let's remove the state from here because we don't need this, and we can do a form stat to, we can do here the structuring pending, and here we can get the form status, and you'll see it anyways. Yeah, so as you can see, you already see the form status being logged out. It gets you get back 4 keys: pending, data, method, and action. As you can see, the form status right now for us is pending, false. um, and whenever we're gonna click on the register and it's gonna trigger this form action, the status of this pending key, I mean the value of this pending key, is gonna change from false to true. But we're gonna see that in a second. Another thing here, that why we did this, because we could have imported this hook directly into our component. Yeah, we could have added it directly into the form component here, and we would have assumed that this would have worked. Yeah, that's how probably everyone assumes that it would have worked. Actually, it doesn't, and even in the use form status React documentation that I have here on this link, it says here that there is a pitfall, that use form status will not return status information form rendered in the same component. Yeah, so that's why you have an example here on in the React documentation that says explicitly that you need to have the submit button with the use form status hook in a separate component. yeah, because this will not work. Yeah, you can't use it in the same form component. I realized that too after trying it out. I don't know, without even looking into the documentation, and I realized that it's not working. And I went to the documentation and I referred to it, and I actually have seen this issue too. Not some sort of an issue, but the issue that I was having. Yeah. So this is very important to keep this submit component outside of this form. Otherwise, it would not work if you want to use the use form status. Yeah. Cool. So right now we have this pending. Yeah. And we have added in the form action. In the form action, we have everything that we want, and also we have the form status logged here. So basically, what we can do is we can click on register, and we're gonna validate this, and we're gonna back John Doe, add here the name, jonahdoe.com, and here 1 2 3 4, and we're gonna see what happens. Yeah. So again, the same thing, registering, waiting 2 seconds, and after that, console logging. Firstly, initially the form status, and after that, console logging it again. So basically, uh, we have we have basically submitted and registered the user exactly as we did it here, and we have done it in two ways: in React form, React 18 form, and then React 19 form, using the new ways of creating forms in React 19. Yeah. So as you can see, this has already worked. It was much, I would say, much simpler than how it is in React Form 18. That because you don't have to keep track of the pending state, yeah, of the pending status, and also you have some other data exposed in this hook, in this form status, that you're getting, like the method or the action that it's there, and you can make use of them in your applications. Also, the code looks much simpler without any state, yeah, because you already have the use form state, and you can make use of this form data, and you can get the values from the fields directly here from the inputs. You don't have to basically add another value here right now in this scenario that we had. Maybe in other scenarios you need to add a value prop here, and you need to display differently the value in the input. That's another topic. But for the purpose of this example and this demo, I think we in React 19 it's much more clearer and neater to on how to create forms and submit forms. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you today in this video, and I hope that you found it interesting and it has helped you in some way for future projects or for future applications that you want to build in React 19. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening to me and to following along this video. Please make sure that you're gonna subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section. That's gonna help me very much. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.